Hi guys, and welcome to Premier Division Week 14, and we start with the 12:30 game tomorrow, which is Manchester City versus Chelsea. Obviously, both teams are going to be looking to get 3 points out of this one. No, it's not an easy fixture, obviously. It's going to be very hard for both teams to break each other down. You'd probably expect Manchester City to probably be the favourites, being as though they're at home. But the way Chelsea are playing at the moment, they won't make it easy, and they've really seemed to sort themselves out since Arsenal beat them 3-0 back at the end of October. So I'm going to go for a tight draw in this one. I'm going to go Manchester City 1, Chelsea 1. Okay, I know that's not a result both teams probably don't want, but at the end of the day, it's I wouldn't say it's a derby, but it is a top 4 kind of rivalry, and you don't expect much out of these games. To be honest, but both, as I said, both teams will raise the game, and I think, when all said and done, I think you'll probably turn around and say that was actually a decent point in the end. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, Chelsea do have the chance to go top of the league again for a couple of hours. I think they already are top of the league, actually. I think they're top of the league. So they've got a chance to stay top of the league for a couple of hours at least by beating Man City, but I can only see a draw in this game. But as I say, leave your comments in the comment section below of what you think the score will be. We now go to the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and we have Sunderland versus Leicester. Sunderland have actually started to play some a bit of football now. They've won a couple of games under their belt. Still not been impressed with Leicester this season. I still think they're lacking that defensive midfielder, and nowhere near look as strong as they were last season. Jamie Vardy isn't getting the service that he did last season either. And I fancy Sunderland to nick this one. I'm going to go Sunderland 2, Leicester 1. We then go to Tottenham versus Swansea. Again, no disrespect to Swansea, but Spurs should be looking at that going, okay, let's look at where Swansea are in the table. Yes, they're not going to be easy, but this is a great chance for us, to get 3 points and, to get higher up the table. And especially being at home as well, they should be looking to finish Swansea off. I don't think they'll batter Swansea, but I do think they'll win quite comfortably. I'm going to go Spurs 2, Swansea 0. We then have Crystal Palace versus Southampton, and obviously a good win for Southampton last week, beating Everton. That should give them a bit of confidence. They were going down the pan a little bit, but I think that win last week helped them. And also their win to Arsenal on Wednesday night. They were the better side than Arsenal. And again, so I think that they can take some confidence going into that game on Saturday, and I think that again they'll nick it as well. I'm going to go Crystal Palace 1, Southampton 2. We then have Stoke versus Burnley, 2 teams down the bottom. Spoke about Burnley this season, how they make things difficult for people, how it's hard to break them down. Stoke as well, yeah. Again, they've not really been the Stoke that we've known for the last couple of years. Making it hard for people, bullying people off the ball, and as Arsene Wenger put it, rugby football. We haven't seen that for a couple of years now. We haven't seen them be rough or a very, very hard side to beat, or break down this season. To be honest, but I'm going to go for a tight draw in this one. I think both teams down the bottom, obviously both going to raise their game, but I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go Stoke 1, Burnley 1. We then have West Brom versus Watford. I think I've seemed to jinx Watford the last couple of weeks, saying that they don't seem to let a lot of goals, and they've been letting a lot of goals in. So I've just gone for a crazy one in this one, just being as though the fact that they've let a lot of goals in. I've gone West Brom 3, Watford 0. Hopefully that jinxes them back the other way, and they can start keeping clean sheets and making things difficult for people again. So we'll see how that one pans out. So I do apologise to Watford fans if I've jinxed you in any way, shape or form. We then go to the 5:30 kickoff, which is West Ham versus Arsenal. As I said, I spoke about Arsenal in the week and how they lost to Southampton. Dreadful, absolutely dreadful. Yes, we can argue that won't be the team that plays tomorrow, but I haven't been convinced with Arsenal for the last couple of weeks. Actually, we didn't play our best against PSG. As I said, we haven't really played our best since we beat Basel 6-0, and Premier League wise since when we beat Chelsea. It all seemed to go really, really sourly wrong at Burnley away. I know, yes, okay, we know we won 1-0 there. Shouldn't have won 1-0 there, it was very lucky. But it all seemed to have gone wrong at Burnley, to be honest. I'm not sure what's gone on, or what's happened in the dressing room, but need to sort that out. Okay, yes, I know it's only 2 points in the title race, but these games are going to start catching up with us. It's a derby tomorrow as well. West Ham, and West Ham again, they won't make it easy. They'll probably try and bull us off the ball. If Andy Carroll can play, they'll probably try and play the long ball game and threaten us in that area condition, the aerial, condition and everything. So I wasn't actually comfortable writing this, to be honest. But I've gone for a fair result, to be honest. I've gone West Ham 1, Arsenal 1, and I really, I don't say this, in any, I take no joy in saying this whatsoever, but I was not comfortable in saying that whatsoever. I think West Ham probably had the slight better advantage, actually. I watched them against Manchester United. Okay, yes, I know they lost and they got battered, but there were signs, that they can get at you and they can score goals, and being at home as well, I think they're going to make it very difficult for Arsenal. So I was not comfortable putting 1-1 whatsoever, but who knows? Arsenal could shock the world and turn up the way Arsenal do sometimes, and I hope that's the case. But I can't see it, to be honest, guys. It's not the way we've been playing lately. Something needs to change quite very soon, actually. We then go to Sunday fixtures now, and we have Bournemouth versus Liverpool at 1:30. And as you know, Bournemouth, they had a couple of chances against Arsenal last week. They could have made it 2-2. I don't think the first penalty was a penalty, but they definitely had a shout for the penalty in the second half with handball. So that would have made it 2-1 at the time, actually. That would have made it 2-1 to Bournemouth, I think. And when Arsenal were 2-1 up, I think Bournemouth had a corner, and Petr Cech saved us off the line. So, again, Bournemouth, as I said before, they don't make it easy for you, and they are quite an attacking side. And I said that this is against Liverpool. Again, if I seem to have jinxed Liverpool, last couple of weeks they haven't been at their best. Obviously they lost to Coutinho as well in the week, which isn't good news. No one likes to see anybody get injured. But I think Liverpool will just about nick it. I'm going to go Bournemouth 1, Liverpool 2, and I just say I hope that Philippe Coutinho recovers quite soon and can get back to playing football and scoring those lovely goals to Liverpool, because he is a talented footballer, and I do like to see talented footballers, obviously play. It's not nice to see anybody get an injury, but so let's hope that he can get back to speedy recovery very soon. We then have Everton versus Manchester United. Obviously, I spoke about Everton losing 1-0 to Southampton, and obviously Manchester United whacking Southampton. We know that this is going to be a horrible, roaring, hot crowd. It's as bad as blooming Man U Liverpool, isn't it? Really, Everton Man U. What kind of reception is Wayne Rooney going to get, being as though he's been linked with Everton? Or Ronald Koeman says that he'd like to have Wayne Rooney back at Everton. What kind of reception is he going to have? I still think he'll get booed, to be honest. I think he's been at Man U for far too long now, and obviously kissing the badge in front of the Everton fans a couple of seasons ago. So I don't think he'd fit back well in with Everton, to be honest. Again, it's going to be a tight game. I'm really looking forward to this one, actually. But I'm going to go for a draw, and I'm going to go Everton 0, Manchester United 0. Okay, doesn't sound the most exciting game, but I think it's going to be one of those exciting games that both teams just couldn't seem to score. But both goalkeepers will be on the game, and both defences will be hard to break down as well. So I think it'll be an entertaining game with two great goalkeepers and two great defences as well. So we'll see how that pans out. And then to finish off the weekend, Monday Night Football, we have Middlesbrough versus Hull, a bit of a derby there. So because it's a derby, I know Hull haven't been at their best, and Borough can make things difficult for people, and Middlesbrough are at home. But because it's a derby and people say form goes out the window at derbies, I'm going to go for a draw in this game. I'm going to go Middlesbrough 1, Hull 1. So that has been my predictions for this week, guys. I hope everyone has a lovely weekend, and I will see you next week for next week's predictions. Thank you for watching, guys.